Alright, hey everyone. Today, coming at you with another video on snow winter camo customization. So in the first part that I put up last year, I showed how to make a simple poncho, snow camouflage, winter camouflage poncho system. This time, a couple of the other components for a snow camo winter camouflage system loadout. First off, we have a British Bergen style rain cover, plain white, and as you can see, the contour and the profile that fits at the top, over the top of the pack, like my Tasmanian Tiger style pack, Savada type packs, British Bergen style packs, Alpine Jaeger style packs, and it gets wider down as it goes. So this is the top. It has a pre-designated shape to it to fit your European style Bergen rucksacks, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to leave the top more white, and with the camo netting and a template, we're going to throw a little bit of brown spackling like I did with the poncho in a couple of spots a little bit lower down. Very randomized, very sparse, okay? I'll show that to you here in a few minutes. Also, I am going to link the first part of the winter camouflage series, making the poncho and hood, in the description, okay? The other part of that is I picked this up from Americana Pipe Dream, brand new production, Mil-Tec brand Chicom chest rig, okay? So it's got the 3 AK mag pouches across the front, and then 2 secondary pouches on either side for grenades or whatever else. Notice it's green. This will be getting painted white with the same randomized brown patterning, the same as the poncho and everything else. Customization I have done to the back of it, I have added a clip, policed the tail end with some tape. The other side, I've done the same thing, the clip with an adjustment bracket, policed the tail on the side with tape. Okay, so this is kind of set up how I want to roll with it, but now we're going to paint it. Okay, so we're going to paint it white. Primer and paint combination, Rust-Oleum white paint. The 2X Painter's Touch stuff. They don't make a Rust-Oleum outdoor specific white spray paint, so this is the next best option. Okay, this material is going to take this paint very well. Do not use enamel paints. Do not use, you know, your gloss finish paints and things like that. It needs to be satin or matte finish stuff. Apart from using standard Rust-Oleum Outdoor, which I have in the brown for the randomized patterning and spackling and everything, okay? Pro tip there. So this white's going to work very well. We're going to get this painted up and then start throwing a little randomized brown on there. I'm going to leave a little bit of green kind of on the underside. It's going to be very subtle in a couple of spots, mainly because that's how snow is going to cover things, right? And also, what is the most common color in the natural world, in the natural environment? Brown. Using gray, bright greens, things like that to splotch in with your snow camouflage for snow patterns is not advised, is not recommended. Use brown. You can use gray, because depending on where you are, based on the trees, barks can be very gray. You have birch trees with kind of that white, gray, black kind of patterning to the bark on them and things like that. And then you see darker green, spruce style, needle style, coniferous tree style, German camouflage and Russian camouflage for snow camo patterns. But for an ad hoc customized one, I say go with brown. That's what I've used for the other part of the system, and that's what I'm going to do with the continuation of snow pattern winter camouflage setup here. Okay, so just keep that in mind too. Brown is the most natural color across the globe in the natural environment, okay? So brown for your base is always going to be the smartest way to go. It is the most practical earth tone. So keep that into consideration as well. So got my PPE, got my gloves, got to grab my can of brown paint, got my sniper veil for doing that kind of splotchiness along with the template cut for brown, randomized. I'm going to do full coverage, you know, as full as possible, white coverage on this, and then I'll start doing brown spackling on everything. I'll probably do brown spackling on that because that's not going to take very long, and then I'm going to hang it up. And then I'm going to do this, get the spackling on there, and then we're going to cut to it so I can show you what I've done, okay? We'll switch over to that now. Alright, it is extremely pungent in here, so I'm going to make it quick. But here's the Ruck cover. So you see just the randomized brown splotching that goes up like 3/4 of the way. Yeah, sniper veil's drying. Chicom chest rig. Painted white. Little bit of green lightness in some spots. Little bit of brown on there. But that's what it looks like now. So again, just get some good white paint, get it painted up white, a little bit of that brown splotching randomization like what you see on this and the poncho and everything else. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So you see full coverage on the outside. Inside you can keep green, no one's gonna see that. Did the shoulder straps and everything, buckles and all that. So fully comprehensive snow camouflage homemade system. I mean, I got the Ruck cover, but you get the idea. So alright, hey everyone. So it's been a couple of days, and some of this paint is actually still curing on the Chicom winterized winter camo Chicom rig. These newer Chicom chest rigs from like Mil-Tec and stuff, they're mostly cotton, and then you've got the nylon strapping and stuff. Older Chicom rigs have a little more canvas in them. And I say this because cotton really soaks up a lot of rattle can, a lot of spray paint, okay? So that's something you need to take into consideration. But this is very simple. You're whiting it out and throwing a little bit of brown splotching on there like I've done with the other patterning and stuff. And I mean, a little bit of green coming through isn't going to be bad. You have to dull it out, okay, so this doesn't stand out. It is conducive to a winter camouflage pattern system, okay? Again, I'm going to link in the description part 1 where I made the poncho and the hood. This part 2 was for the pack cover and for the for this Chicom chest rig variant. I wasn't going to buy like an ops chest rig like what I have in M81 US Woodland to do this with. That would hurt the pocket a little bit. I mean, these even the new production Chicom chest rigs only cost $30. Okay, so getting a chest rig for winter, it is wet out. It is very wet out. Stuff is going to get messed up and saturated and like all this stuff. You know, you're gonna have to deal with extreme conditions with the weather and your environment and everything in winter far more than a lot of other conditions, save for, you know, tropical regions that have a shitload of rain and things like that. So you don't have to break the bank getting a setup ready for winter operations, Arctic operations and things like that. You just have to have decent gear, even at a low price point, but that's reliable, whether it's a Chicom rig, whether it's a Condor rig, whatever. Proper makes them too, you know, like there's a lot of good low cost options out there to help you get a good solid kit together if you're going to be operating in a lot of snow and things like that, like we do up here in my AO. So this is looking really good though. It's been a couple of days, still a little bit of curing left, but it's pretty much dry now. Again, different rattle cans are going to cure at different rates and things like that. You just need to keep it in a well ventilated area. There's still a little bit of smell of spray paint in here, but it's not bad. Yeah, you just gotta let it dry. You gotta let all that material have soaked up all that paint and just let it dry, okay? Now notice even some heavy areas, like I'm bending it and you see a little bit of cracking there in the paint. that's okay. A little may come off, but again, that's why you do like a primer base layer and then you go over it over the top when it comes to white, because again, it doesn't have an outdoor specific paint, and that's why I did the primer paint combination spray, so that you're still going to have a foundation of white there, even if some of this top layer stuff that's real thick on there ends up chipping away a little bit. Not a big deal. So yeah, this is what it's looking like. It's looking great. It's holding the paint and the color really well. Yeah, so this is going to round off this video. I am doing a camouflage effectiveness test video of the entire snow camouflage system. Been having some logistical issues with that. We had a really cold snap again. I wasn't able to get out because this camera that I'm using right now doesn't like the extreme cold. It will not work. And now it's warmed up into the 40s Fahrenheit, so some of our snow is melting. We're supposed to be getting more snow at the end of, well, it's going to be the end of last week by the time this video goes up, by the end of the week. So I'm going to have to figure out a point either in the weekend or this coming week, the week that this video will come up, to get out and do a full camouflage effectiveness test of this whole snow camo system, the poncho, the rig, all that stuff. I also have pants that I did, trousers, snow-specific waterproof trousers that I did that too as well, with the brown modeling on white. So full snow system, snow camouflage system. So, but this is rounding off this video. This is what it's looking like. It's looking really good. I'm very happy with it. Yeah. So, good stuff, folks. So, metal up. Camouflage test video will be coming soon.